I had an unexpected and amazing experience happen in my recording of my latest song that I wrote called If I Belong to Jesus. Now, I use the services of a very incredibly talented production service called Arugo Productions, and this is run by William Sherry Jr. William Sherry Jr. is a phenomenally gifted musician and singer, and he produces my songs into the polished versions that I sing to the backing tracks that you hear. Now, he is not only gifted, but he's also has a huge heart. And since I started using his service over a year ago, he has always returned to me songs that are far more than what I paid for the services. He just gives me really completely finished demos. He'll put harmonies and everything in there for me. And so when he returned the song that I just posted called If I Belong to Jesus, as usual, he gave me an amazing complete demo. However, when I listened to it, I realized that he was singing my song in his range, and it was a very low range. I am an untrained contralto. I do sing in lower key, but I've really never sung below the E of middle C. And when I don't practice scales or anything. I just will sing when I want to share a song that I have written and I want to make a video of it. That's the only time that I really will sing. And he had done so much already. And I have to say, I know that if I had asked him, he would have transposed the backing tracks, a little bit higher. But he just has done so much. He always does so much that I couldn't ask him for one thing more. And also, I saw this as a chance for me to step out in faith and sing this by Jesus, because through Jesus everything is possible. Everything is possible. I have done things through Jesus that for me were utterly impossible. And so I saw this as another opportunity to do this song through Jesus. And I lifted this to Jesus. And I first tried to record the song. I found that there were several notes. One went to B2 below middle C, and there was one note that went to G2 below middle C. And when I would try to sing it, my voice would just kill. It would just kill. In fact, I'll put it out before and after. Still all the same, I thought, well, I'm going to do this. I can do all things through Jesus, and I had rationalized in my mind that I would just continue to practice, and somewhere along my determination, the Lord would bless me by giving me the ability to sing in a range that I hadn't sung before, especially since I never practiced or sing anything. Well, I had an entirely unexpected thing happen. Now, I have shared on my channel where my angel comes regularly, and generally he comes in periods where I'm in danger. However, there have been a handful of times I have seen he will come to give me support of some kind when I'm going through something very challenging. So it's not always that my life is in danger, but it is something very out of the ordinary. And the last time I had a visitation of my angel, I actually posted on my channel, it was the angel came in a supportive way to kind of guard me while I was making my first video about witness Kenpa Obieke. I was presenting that video, and through that appearance I understood that these were important videos that were important to heaven, and I shared that visitation. Now when the angel comes, I have actually shared an actual recording of the angel's appearance, because the way this angel appears, and I'm going to think I might put a picture up here of one of my videos, you can see it if you wish to, is he appears by walking around, and I have recorded those footsteps of my angels that you can hear. And this is a totally true thing. There isn't one thing invented. And the recordings that I have put, you can actually hear. And not only can you hear him walking around, I have also captured his voice. His voice, and you can hear it. And also, I also captured the angel saying the word holy in a separate thing. So this is no joke. I mean, I've shared even a video prior to this too before where I don't make a penny. In fact, I am making sacrifices of doing these videos of getting no remuneration. It's because these are projects the Lord wants. So I'm just telling this so you understand I have nothing to gain from telling from anything. Except, in fact, I have everything to lose, because I even have people say, oh, what you're putting about angels and demons you've seen, well, that takes away your credibility, so you really don't gain. If anything, you lose when you stand by your testimonies of things you've had supernaturally. Unless you have some great church leader or other respected person standing behind you, if you're all by yourself and giving these testimonies, you're not well received. All the same, it's 100% true. So I didn't expect what happened, but I can see that it had to happen this way. That night, it was this last Sunday. It's Saturday today when I'm making this. That Sunday night when I went to sleep, about 4 hours into my sleep, I was awoken by my angel making his presence known as he does. But he only took 2 steps, and in fact I was like, is that my angel? And then he stepped again in confirmation. And so I thought to myself, he's not frantic, but in the past when he first started to appear, he started that way, making tentative steps, and then he'd come back night after night, and it got more dramatic and more dramatic as the time got close when I actually was to have a car accident. I didn't know. But I said prayers, and I went to sleep. I fell asleep again. And when I woke up, something moved me to, while I was still in bed, to sing. Just sing low notes. And you know, actually, when you first wake up, that's really not a great time to sing. It's not a great time to practice scales or anything. And because your voice is not warmed up. But still, obedience is better than sacrifice. See, I'm not a professional singer. What I am is I'm a soldier in Christ. So the path I follow is to follow the orders of the Lord. I'm living by faith. I'm not living by a profession. So when I got this impression to just sing while I was lying there, and I found I could go low. It's like my chest just was opened up. I not only could go low, but I even found myself going to E2. E2. That is 2 octaves below middle C. And I was fumbling around for my recorder in the bed because I was trying to record this. And when I recorded, it didn't record, and I tried to record it again, and I got a little bit of it. But what I realized is that the angel didn't come to warn me of danger. The angel came to open up my chest to let me go to a range I never gone before. And when I had realized it, I then was given another information to just get up. Don't brush my hair. Don't eat food. Set up my microphone and record the low notes. And so I did. I'm the kind of person in the morning that, I can't function unless I have breakfast. So this is something that was all out of the ordinary for me. And I did all the same. I set everything up, and it's actually very involved for me to set things up. And I did. And then I started to sing, and I found that I could sing the notes, the things that I had been choking on. All of a sudden I could sing them. And so I was able to record, and I was wondering, well, how long is this going to happen? How long am I going to be able to sing this low? I don't know. But I was able then, with this new range that the Lord had opened up in my chest, to sing those notes. There's a part in the song, the lowest part of the song, where William Sherry sang in his range actually goes to G2. And I could not get to G2 for nothing. In fact, I couldn't get to B2. Because you realize women can get to B2, but they are veteran singers who have coaches that train them to that range, and they can get there. This is something you just can do, especially if that's not your range. And I haven't really heard too many women even go down to G2. But so here I found I had to sing that low and sing it pleasantly and sustain it if I was going to use the demo that I had gotten without asking William Sherry to transpose it. And I found that I could. I found that I could not only go down to the range, but I could sing it pleasant enough. And like I said, pleasant enough. I didn't say beautifully, but so that I could sing the song and give the message of the song that the Lord inspired me to write, and if I belong to Jesus. And so I want you to hear this, my normal attempts trying to sing that just less than 24 hours before. It's painful. So here it is. And live as crucified. No part of me will belong to Christ. Now I want to play for you, after the angel had visited me, my ability able to sing it so you can see. Now here it is. And live as crucified. No part of me will belong to Christ. Now you see, I'm not comparing this to a professional singer. This is just how I could not, and suddenly I could. And I could do all the low notes. There's another very difficult part I had was the very, very end, and sustain that note several times. That's C2. And I found that I could. I could end the song as it needed to be ended, and I could even add some vibrato. So I had to share this very unusual thing, and however, that was not the end of it, because heaven came to give me the ability to be able to sing the song. But hell also made an appearance 3 times in a row. So this song matters to heaven to be done, that I was granted the ability to be able to sing it, but it also is troublesome to hell. Okay, this is how hell showed up. Last Sunday, when I had determined to do my first session, because the day before, actually, I was having a really painful bout of arthritis. I don't have that happen too often, and I'm wondering if this was all tied into it. But the way I felt is it had felt like it would take me days to get over it. And no way that I think that I'd even be able to be in the condition to sing the song when I received the instrumentation by William Sherry Jr. last Saturday. I was happy to get it, but I was in pain, and I didn't think I could sing for a while. To my surprise, the next day I woke up feeling great. I felt great. It was Sunday. So I wanted to take advantage of feeling good, and it was Sunday. What better day to spend my time singing a song that is the heart of the Lord, If I Belong to Jesus. So I made that my day's task. I set everything up, and I was going to just keep at it, keep trying at it, singing it as long as it took that day. And when I had set everything up, I had set up my microphones, I had set up my audio interface and my DAW. I got my computer ready, and this can take me, half an hour or more. Just as I got ready then to record, all of a sudden on Sunday, it was about 10 in the morning, at my neighbor's right next door to my window, hammering began. Hammering! You're going to record a song? Even record to talk? Hammering? On a Sunday? And that was, as if that wasn't enough, it was about, 15 hammering. And then next to my window, one of those sounds that when you hit those gongs, oriental gongs, boing, right next to my window, outside the window. And I couldn't get that one. I could understand the hammering, but what was happening that they made this super loud noise? And I lifted it to the Lord, and that was it. It didn't happen. After everything went silent. Now, as you know, God can influence people to do His will. And I just put a video up how I'm being fed through people being moved by the will of God to do so. Now that's a good thing. But as you also know, the enemy can move people also to go against the will of God. And I have put up a video on that where I shared where I saw a man being in broad daylight taken over in demonic possession. So personally, I have experienced both kinds of things, but in a very overt, dramatic way. So even though this may have been my neighbor, the timing was suspicious. But still, I went ahead, and I had stopped after that prayer, and I was able to spend hours, trying to work on it, and then finding out that no way I could go that low. And then I had that experience with the angel. And then that next day on Monday, when I was obedient to get out of bed, don't get dressed, don't brush my hair, after I set everything up, just when I was about to press play, outside of my window was that gong 4 times in a row. Boing, 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 boing. Oh my God. And then some hammering. And then again, the gong. I said to the Lord, Lord, the devil's trying to interfere. That was it. No more noise, and I was able to record. I mean, the timing was precisely when I was about to press play and sing. Each time. So that Monday, I thought I had gotten everything, but then I realized a few hours later when I was listening to what I'd done, that the very ending part, I hadn't heard well through my headphones, and I had heard off key, and I'd sung off key. So then I realized I was going to have to do it again on Tuesday. And so when Tuesday came, I set everything up again, because I'm in a small place. Everything I put up, I've got to take down. So I set everything up again. I set up my microphone, I set up the audio interface, got everything ready, and just as I was about to press play, closer now outside my window, one big gong. Then I knew it was the enemy. Whether or not it was the neighbor being influenced to do it, each time in the 3 days when I was about to start were varying times. One was around 9, the other one was 11, and this one was at 1:15. At the very moment before I was going to press play each time was when this would happen. But each time, the noises, the hammerings, the gongs, were less and less. And this one was just one. And as soon as that happened, I said, Lord, the devil's trying to ruin this song. And that was it. Nothing else happened. So, but now in hindsight, you know, in Daniel, the book of Daniel, we have a scriptural story where Daniel had prayed to the Lord. And it took a while for the angel to get through. But what was going to happen, what was said, was known to the Lord. And the king of Persia got in the middle of it, tried to ward it off. And I told you Saturday, I woke up with this deep pain. I don't usually get that kind of pain in my hips. And the first noise attack I had, assault of noise I had, was Sunday, a moment before I was going to press play. I told you that Monday night, just a few hours later, the angel came. Well, you know, it seemed, now looking back, it seems like it wouldn't be far-fetched just to believe that heaven knew I couldn't sing this song. Heaven, of course, could see what was going to happen. It was going to be sung in, the demo company was going to sing it in their range. I, feeling that I already do too much, wouldn't want to ask and would then want to stand in faith anyways. The Lord would know that I would want to then use that as another experience to walk in the principles that I can do everything through Jesus. So he dispatched an angel, and whatever time the angel may have been coming, the demons, of course, could see that the angel was going to come to help me with this song. So that got their attention, and so they show up right before I'm going to do play, antics to try to interfere with the recording. However, heaven was around, so as soon as I prayed, boom, whatever was happening, whatever was the project that perhaps my neighbor was doing, or perhaps I was hearing a through my seer anointing, because there are times when I have had visions and things happening in the future, which I have no differentiation between what I'm in and the vision that I'm having. It can be audio, it can be visual, it appears the same reality, but I only will know then it was a vision because my dogs might not be barking, and then a few days later the thing I heard or experienced actually happens in front of me, and it turns out it was some kind of warning or whatever. So I really sometimes I don't know if the hammering I was hearing and the bong was the thing that made me consider if it was maybe a vision of what I was hearing. It was maybe a spiritual attack. I don't know. That part I'm not sure. But that it happened, I'm very sure. But I can see though that perhaps that's why it happened, because the demons could see angel coming to help me over this song. And you know, Satan was the cherub of music. He knows the power of music. In fact, he has used and continues to use music to destroy people. Music to take people to hell. Music is his medium, and he knows the power of it. So music that is on the side of God, he doesn't want that. And I have shared before a dream that I got. It's about a year ago, where the Lord showed me actually at least one person who was rapture ready from listening to my songs. So and again, not because my songs themselves save, but because my songs are about the biblical principles that save. That is why. And so that could be the situation that happened this week. But the thing is, though, is that it was awesome to have this experience where I was given the ability to sing well enough in a range just a few hours later I no way could do. And I had to share this because this song has a message that is very important to the Lord. And He wants this song made known, the message in the song made known, because there is a great deception going on today concerning how one belongs to the Lord. They have gone by the fancy of their minds and away from the scriptural definition of how one really belongs to the Lord. And it is a message that the Lord wants out there.